There are moments in history when the world holds its breath, when silence falls before the storm, and destiny begins to stir. This is such a time.
There was a time, before the rise of empires, before the march of war, before history itself was carved into stone. A time when the land was untamed, its skies vast and open, its rivers pure, its mountains unbroken. This is the old world, a land of fire and stone, of endless plains and shadowed forests, of kingdoms yet to be forged and battles yet to be fought. In the year 13 before our reckoning, this realm belonged not to one people, but to many. Beneath these skies, across these lands, the first great civilizations rose, some destined to thrive, others fated to fall. Men, fragile, fleeting as the morning mist, yet with a will sharper than any blade. They came from the east, carried by the winds of change, and filled the plains with cities, raising walls where once there was only open land. Hungry for power, they forged kingdoms, made alliances, only to break them beneath the weight of their own ambition. To them, glory is fleeting, but the desire to claim it is eternal. They do not fear death, for in each of them burns the unshaken belief that the world is theirs by right of the sword. Some will be remembered as heroes, others as tyrants, but all, without exception, will leave behind only ash and legend. Let us not forget the Elfirii. As old as the forests they guard, as silent as the wind that carries their songs, they need no walls of stone nor thrones of gold, for the world itself is their kingdom. Time passes over them like shadows of a purer age. Wiser than men, more graceful than any living being, they watch but do not rush to act. Yet they are not weak, for when the Elfirii take up arms, it is not for conquest, but to defend what cannot be replaced. And when their forests speak, the world listens, though it may already be too late. We must remember the Durmari, the children of stone, born in the depths of the world, where fire and iron shape both metal and kings. Beneath the mountains, they carved halls that will outlast empires, forging wonders that few will ever see. Stubborn as the rock they call home, they do not seek war, nor do they fear it. Their oaths are unbroken, their steel unmatched, and their wrath, once awakened, is as relentless as the earth itself. For when the mountain stirs, none stand against it, and none are spared, but they are not the only ones who walk this land. In their solitary towers the sorcerers bend the unseen forces of the world, feared by all, yet sought by many. Beyond the reach of kingdoms, in the wild lands where no banner flies, orcs and goblins gather in endless hordes, bound only by hunger and war. And in the deepest caverns, ancient beings stir once more, waiting, watching. Now the balance is breaking, and the first stone has already been cast. But the tale is far from over. Are you ready to see where it leads? A fire from the heavens fell, shattering mountains. From its heart came a metal, unyielding and filled with untamed power. An ancient race forged the fallen metal into 4 relics of great power. The heart of fire, the essence of living flame, was buried deep beneath the mountains of Zarak, where its embers would never fade. The eye of the sea, born of the depths, was entrusted to the sunken temples of the Elfirii, where only the worthy could claim its power. The breath of the sky, a gift of the storm, was lost to the ages, waiting to be awakened once more. The stone of the earth, the most feared of all, was sealed away where no mortal would dare to seek it. For centuries, these relics were nothing more than myths, but now one of them has been found again, and the world is ready to burn. by the forge. The legends spoke true. The heart of fire, in our hands, at last. It is said it can feed the flames of our forges for 1,000 years, or burn the world to ash in a single day. Let the king decide which fate it shall bring. Your Majesty, we have found it. It is no mere legend, no forgotten tale of old. The heart of fire is real, and now it burns within our mountain. Iron trembles at its touch, flame does not consume it, and the stone itself seems to breathe with it. This is no simple relic, sire. It is power. The power to raise an empire, or to turn the world to ash. What shall we do with it? For 1,000 years, we have forged iron, built walls, and defended what is ours. Without such gifts, now the mountain has given us something older than the kingdoms of men, stronger than any hammer we have ever wielded. A flame that does not die, a force that could change the fate of the world. But power alone does not make a king great. It is how he wields it. The heart of fire will not leave these halls. It belongs to the Durmari, and no man, elf, or sorcerer shall take it from us. Send word. Let the world know that what lies beneath the mountain stays beneath the mountain.
Your Majesty, the rumors are true. The Durmari have found it. The heart of fire, hidden beneath their mountain, sealed behind the walls of Drakthar Gul. And they have no intention of sharing it. They believe it is theirs alone, that they can keep it from the world. If we do not act now, they will become unstoppable. The fire will fuel their forges, and our weapons will be powerless against them. What do you command, Your Majesty?
At last, the mountain yields its secret, and the dwarves clutch it like misers hoarding their last coin. They think themselves safe behind stone and iron, believing the world will turn and leave them be. But fire does not sleep. Power does not sit idle, and neither do those who seek it. Let them revel in their fortune. Let them whisper their oaths in the dark. Soon all shall see what fate has in store for those who would claim such a prize for themselves. For now, we wait.
Majestic King, the news is grave. The Durmari have found it, the heart of fire hidden beneath their mountain, sealed deep within Drakthar Gul. And the humans already know. King Malgareth has learned of it, and he will not stand idle. The wind carries whispers of war, and shadows move once more. What shall we do, Majestic King?
So, the fire has awakened once more, and with it, the mortal thirst for power. The Durmari believe they can bind the flame within stone, but fire knows no master. The humans, in their greed, see only a weapon, a key to a throne that was never meant to be theirs. Always, the world has broken not under the weight of time, but beneath the hands of those who do not know when to stop. We shall not hasten the steps of fate, but neither shall we remain blind to what is coming. If war is to find us, let it not catch us unprepared. Send the scouts. Let them hear what men whisper behind their walls. Let us know, before the first war drum echoes in the night.
The Durmari have found the relic, and in their hands they believe it will make them masters of the world. The men, as ever, covet what is not theirs, reaching for power they do not yet understand. And the Elfirii, though they know of it, they choose to stand aside, watching, waiting. But deep within these ancient woods, where time flows differently and the whispers of the past never fade, dwell those who have known the truth far longer than any king or warrior. The sorcerers, keepers of secrets, guardians of forbidden knowledge. For while the world stirs in ignorance, they have already felt the shift. They know what the others do not. Do you wish to know as well?
And so, the first has been found, the heart of fire, resting beneath the mountain for an age, waiting for the hands of mortals to claim it once more. They believe it is a gift, a tool, a weapon, but they do not understand, for it is only one of four. The breath of the sky, lost to the storms, the eye of the sea, swallowed by the abyss, the stone of the earth, buried where no light may reach, each holding a fragment of a power not meant to be wielded. For when the four stand together, the world does not bow. It breaks. Fools. They awaken forces beyond their comprehension. And soon, they will learn the price of what they have claimed.
So, the first has been claimed. The fools believe they hold dominion over it, blind to the truth. 3 more remain, and when they are gathered, the chains that bind me shall shatter like brittle stone. Then, this mountain shall crumble, the fire shall rise, and the world shall tremble once more beneath my shadow. Go now. Let them fight. Let them bleed. Let them tear themselves apart in their hunger for power. For every step they take brings me closer to freedom. Do you hear it, Varkan? The mountain carries whispers. The air is heavy with unrest. The first stone has been cast, and the river will run its course. This relic, this burden is not ours without cost. There are secrets within it, stories older than our oldest forges. We must know what we hold before it consumes us. Gather our finest smiths and wisest lawkeepers. Let them uncover what time has buried, and send word to our kin beyond the mountains. Drakthar Gul stands strong, but should the storm come, I will have axes ready and shields raised. Go, Varkan. The echoes of old wars are stirring. Let us not be caught blind when they come knocking at our gates. Steel wins battles, but knowledge wins wars. The dwarves sit upon their treasure, yet they do not see the wolves circling their gates. Send spies. I want eyes in their forges, whispers in their halls. Let them believe the danger lurks beyond the mountains, while it slithers beneath their feet. And if their hands falter, if greed blinds them, the relic shall be ours before the first war horn sounds.
Great King, the halls of the dwarves run deep, and their gates are shut to all but their own. If we are to claim what they hoard, we must walk unseen, unheard. Shall we summon the veil-bound, those who move where light does not touch, whose names are but whispers in the dark? Or do we call upon the hollow stalkers, those who tread beneath the earth, through paths long forgotten, where even stone does not betray their passing?
Send the veil-bound. Let them move like breath upon glass, unseen, unfelt. Let them listen where words are hushed. Let them whisper doubt where trust still lingers. And if the night is kind, let them return with what the dwarves cannot keep.
My king, the world stirs in ways it has not for an age. The orcs and goblins move in the shadows, crossing into human lands, even into our own forests, bolder than ever before. The dwarves guard their prize, yet they are not alone in their greed. The King of Men has sent spies into the mountain, seeking to steal what he dares not yet claim by force. The winds carry whispers of war, and where there are whispers, soon there shall be swords. What shall we do, my king?
So, it has come to this. I had foreseen it. Tell me, how long has it been? 5 centuries since we last faced VORAK THAEL'ZAR, the bound in fire. 5 centuries since our blades clashed against his horde, since we sealed him beneath the mountain, and none came to our aid. And now, they dig, they covet, they awaken what should remain buried. Let them. If they cannot see the relics for what they are, then let them meet the fate they have chosen.
Under moonlit boughs, the Elven King walks toward a truth the world has long forgotten, guarded through silence and sacrifice. Now, that secret prepares to rise.
So many centuries, and still it remains silent. The eye of the sea, born of tides unknown, shrouded in the mists of time. It watches, it waits, yet yields no truth. For long we have kept it hidden, untouched by greed or fear. But the world beyond our woods begins to stir, and I feel its silence will not endure the coming storm. This relic may be the key to salvation, or the herald of ruin. We must know which, before others decide for us. Tell me, have you uncovered anything that may pierce the veil of this mystery?
While the Elven King pondered in stillness, beyond forest and memory, others crept beneath mountain halls, ghosts of men's will, drawn by greed to what should have remained lost. They dare to walk the sacred halls, spies, within the palace, beneath our very eyes. Sound the alarm, seal the gates, rouse the guard. Let none escape alive. Spies, in my halls, in the heart of the mountain, beneath stone and steel. Who dare such insolence? Take them alive. I want the names of those who sent them, and let their blood speak the truth. Great King, these spies were taken in the very heart of the citadel, and brought before you. They were questioned with skill and severity, yet no word passed their lips, neither by gentle tongue nor through pain. And yet their marks speak plainly. They are of the Veilbound, those who trade in shadow and silver, dwelling ever between lies and silence. It is well known their blood is often tied to the men of the south, for gold flows easily from mortal hands. And where the Veilbound walk, there is neither honor nor peace. These 4 are but a herald. A greater will has sent them, and others may yet follow.
Great King, I bring dark tidings. The 4 of the Veilbound were taken by the Durmari and questioned, yet no voice nor truth was drawn from them. Still, King Drakvir is not one to be deceived. Already he sees what others might overlook, that it is our hands which have long fed the shadowed paths they walk. It will not be long before he binds the truth together and turns his gaze upon us. What are your commands, Lord of Men?
They were taken, you say? Then their purpose is spent. And if silence was their path, no guilt touches us, nor shall any shadow of condemnation fall upon our name. Strengthen the walls with stone and iron, that they shall not falter in the storm. Let there be watch in the deep night, and vigilant eyes at the breaking of dawn. Send envoys to Drakvir Stonefury, bearing rich gifts and well-wrought words. Honor him for the relic he has unearthed, a king of worth among allies. Let him believe we are friends. For friendship, shown with a fair face, oft bears a keener edge than the sword of those who wield iron. Master of Flame, we searched as commanded, through mountains, through villages, through forest and stone. We spied with hidden eyes and hunted with silent ears. The truth is clear. The Durmari have found the relic, the first stone of power. They keep it in their depths, guarded by steel and fire. The men, they sent spies, taken but silent. Still their blood betrays their king. And more, my lord. It is said, the Elfirii keep one of the 4, held for ages past, hidden, silent. None know where, but the rumor lives, and will not die. What are your commands, O bound in flame.
Let them run after power they do not understand. Let them grasp at forces beyond their reach. The Durmari guard the ancient fire with trembling hands, fearing what it might awaken. Men send shadows through stone, stirring things long buried. And the Elfirii hide that which they dare not name, not even in thought. They war among themselves, blind to the truth, blind that every step they take hastens the end. The 4 relics, only when they are united shall the spell that binds me be undone. But the reward will not be theirs to claim. I shall not search, I shall not beg, I shall take. When all rests in their hands, I will break their hands, watch them, spy on them. But do not interfere. What must come, will come. The chains that bind me grow weaker.
In a quiet corner of the world, where time flows gently and days pass like leaves upon the wind, 3 souls walk their path. A maiden, once bound by titles and laws, who cast them aside for the open road, unguarded and free. A man, a master swordsman, his hand skilled in battle, yet his heart remains tempered and wise. And an elf, child of the ancient woods, bearer of memories long past, whose steps are few, but whose gaze reaches toward lands yet unseen. No blood binds them, nor oath spoken aloud. Only a silent accord, that the world is vast, and each day a gift. Today they journey not out of need, but by choice into the unknown.
Can someone tell me, for I cannot grasp it, what do we seek in this dust-laden citadel, where stone groans beneath the weight of time, and the air carries only the silence of ages? By what hidden purpose have we been drawn, willingly, into this place forsaken by the sun, where even the light falters, and all seems lost to the memory of forgotten days?
Don't give me that reproachful stare, Lyrian. I wasn't the one who brought the pouch of gold. That was Thelyrian, with his smooth tongue and the command from those strangers out of the east. He listened to their tale, and he chose to believe it rang true. As for me, I walk where the roads lead, and where the weight of gold feels right in the hand.
This is truly a tale worthy of record. The elf is to blame, and men know nothing. Last night I saw the pouches of gold slip easily to their belts, the wine flowing without measure, and the roasted meats vanishing from the tables. But of course, now the fault lies with the elf, who listened, and believed more than he should have. Hey guys, come here.
How can this be? A relic of such craft and beauty, yet it lies here untouched, as though the world itself has forgotten it ever was. So many have searched these halls for treasure, and none have found it. Why us? Why now? And more so, Thelyrian. How did those strangers know it would be here? Nothing happens without cause. But what is this jewel truly? What power rests within it, and to whom was it meant to belong?
It is not my wish to bring fear upon you, yet what lies before us is no mere remnant of the past. This is the breath of the sky, a relic long lost, of which the old tales speak, said to summon tempests unbound, storms fierce enough to cast down kingdoms and break the will of kings. Of the 4 that were forged in ages unknown, by hands and minds lost to the mists of time, this was the most sought and the most feared. The power within cannot be weighed nor easily held, and now that it has been found, the great powers of the world will feel its stirrings, and they will come. That much is certain.
Tell me I'm not seeing this, that what stands before us is but a trick of the dark. Not even in my worst dreams did I believe we'd come upon one of the lost relics, the one said to summon storms that can tear down kingdoms and drown the earth beneath the sky. We are not ready for what follows. Kings, the Durmari, Elfirii, and the Gorthai all seek these relics, and none will rest until they are claimed. I say we leave it. Walk away, speak no word, leave no trace. If we linger here, death will follow, and it will show no mercy.
Stop arguing. Listen to me. We must go to Wrathion, the wise of the Ashen Mountains. The wizards are the only ones who do not hunger for such relics, for their hearts seek not power, but understanding. And Wrathion, he has been close to my heart since I was a child. If there is anyone in this world who can truly grasp what we have found, it is him. And if we seek answers, we cannot wander aimlessly. We must find him, without delay.
Elric, footsteps stir upon the old paths, and soon our threshold shall be crossed. Prepare 3 chambers, for the road has taken them far, and rest will not come easily. Much time has passed, and Lirian, the child who once came with bright eyes and endless questions, is no longer a child. A fire has kindled within her, and now she stands, a true warrior, despite the weight of these days. She was always dear to me. It brought me joy to see her, and to share words with her, rare though they were, yet treasured. See to everything, Ulrich. There is no time left to wait.
Grant me leave to speak a question, Master. For my mind is as a vessel too small to hold this mystery. No shadow moves upon the wide road, nor does any sound rise from the distant skies. And yet, you know that footsteps draw near, and it is not for the first time. For whenever the hour falters, and the threshold of moments is crossed, you know what is to come, as though the weaving of time had been shown to you, thread by thread, before it was ever spun. How can this be? For I look, and I see not. I listen, and I hear nothing. But you feel what is yet unborn, and in your heart trembles that which in the world has not yet stirred.
O my beloved Elric, you seek to know through eyes that see and ears that hear, and all things you weigh by the senses of the flesh, and thus the mystery of the world remains veiled before you. Yet do not sorrow, nor let your heart be troubled, for the hour shall come when you too shall pass beyond the veil that shrouds all things, and you shall feel the unseen thread that binds what is to what shall be, as the river binds the mountain to the sea, and the day to the night. For sharp is your mind, and steadfast your heart, and among all who have learned beneath my roof, few have shown your gift and your endurance. Do not hasten, son of men. In all things, time has its purpose, and the hours move in secret, untouched by the will of mortals.
My dear Wrathion, I beg you, forgive me for setting aside words of greeting, but my heart is heavy, and the burden I carry allows no delay. Not long ago, we were sent on a task, one that seemed simple and without mystery, to explore the ruins of an ancient fortress, long abandoned, where dust lay undisturbed and silence ruled like an old, forgotten king. Yet there, beyond a crumbling wall, we discovered this. I do not know its name, nor can I grasp its purpose, but I feel in my soul that we have unearthed something older and greater than our understanding. Please tell me, what is this relic we behold, and have we, by mistake or chance, brought danger upon our steps?
My dear one, it cannot be, and yet it is so. Such a thing was not meant to come to pass. Not now. This is no mere echo of the elder days, but the breath of the sky, a relic long lost, whose power can summon storms that shatter strongholds and cast down kingdoms. It is one of the 4, the heart of fire, held by the Durmari beneath the mountain's roots, the eye of the sea, hidden deep beneath the waters by the Elfirii, and the stone of earth, lost beyond memory. To find them is no chance, and that you have come upon this, now, as the Durmari awaken their relic. It is a sign that ancient powers stir once more, and the world shall not remain unchanged.
Wise one of the Grey Mountains, tell us what path lies before us. We are not worthy to bear such a burden. This power is not ours, nor did we seek it, and yet we are bound to it, as shadow clings to step. Surely unseen eyes are already turned upon us, and hidden feet follow where we tread. Perhaps the wiser course would be to leave this relic in your keeping, and we to return to our roads, unshackled by its weight. What say you, Wrathion the Wise? Is this the true path? Or has fate woven for us another, still veiled from our sight?
No, ask me not to keep it. The power of this relic mustn't remain in my hands, nor dwell beneath this roof. Though my knowledge is old, the heart of man is not beyond temptation. Relics such as this do not ensnare through might alone, but through desire, and from desire, downfall is born. For the fire that burns within consumes swifter than any sword. No, Lyrian, not here shall you find refuge. Your road must lead to Eldereth, beyond the vales where shadow lingers. There the walls stand firm, the host is steadfast, and your father's name still cuts through the dark and brings fear to those who lie in wait. Only there shall you be safe from what now stirs.
A king? A realm? What name is this that is now spoken, as though it had long walked beside us? Lyrian, what truth do you carry, you who have wandered by my side through the dust of forgotten roads and the wrath of storm? For years we have shared the hardship of the world, bred in the wild and steel in the face of foes. And never, not once, did you speak of royal blood. And now I learn that you are a daughter of kings, that in your veins flows the heritage of a throne, veiled from my sight. Tell me, Lyrian, who are you truly? And why has silence walked with us all these years?
Speak no more, Kaeldorn. The hour is late, and words cannot turn the wheel of fate. What once lay veiled has now been revealed, not by my choosing, but by the design of powers beyond our knowing. The road before us leads to Elendor. There, within its ancient walls, my father, Therion Valimar, king in the east, shall grant us counsel and shelter beneath his banner. Farewell, Wrathion, most wise among the mountains gray. Your wisdom has been our beacon in darkness, and I shall not forget. We part, but not forever. The threads of our paths are woven yet, and in days to come, under the eyes of the stars, we shall meet again. Take heed. The forest is not at peace. Shadows stir beneath the leaves, and the wind carries footsteps that are not of friend. Earlier, the horses grew restless. Their nostrils caught the scent of beasts, and fear dimmed their eyes. The great wolves prowl nearby, and upon their backs ride the Gorthai, with eyes of darkness and a hunger that knows no end. This night brings no true rest. Sleep if you must, but keep your hand upon steel, and your heart prepared to feel the evil that draws near.
Psst. Lyrian, Kaeldorn, awaken. More Gorthai are coming, mounted upon their great wolves. They draw near with haste, and their steps are close. Perhaps we have a respite of 20 minutes, no more. But they have found our trail, and they are coming swiftly without pause. There is no time to linger. Mount now and let us vanish from their sight, while the night still grants us cover.
Come, my brothers, Kael, Thalirian, tarry no longer. The path lies clear before us, and the walls of the citadel are not far. If we set forth now, without hesitation or delay, we shall reach the gates of the fortress ere the Gorthai, riders of ruin, arrive, astride their wild and fearsome beasts, bearing with them desolation. Let us hasten our steps, for fortune still favors us, and time, like the ancient mountain springs, flows ever onward, slipping through our fingers, unseen and unreclaimed.
Stop. Fall back. They have escaped us this time.
My lord Therion Valimar, King of Elendor, grant me leave to speak a message that bears great weight upon this house. Lady Lirianne, your daughter, has returned. After many years of wandering, she now stands once more beneath the walls of the citadel, and has humbly sought leave to enter. She is not alone. 2 companions ride with her, and though the marks of long roads are upon them, they do not rest upon her heart. Now she waits at the gates of the palace, ready to pass into this hall and stand before your throne, my lord, as daughter of your house and faithful servant of Elendor.
So, she has returned. After long years in which silence was the only answer, her steps now lead her once more to Elendor. Let the gates be opened, without delay, without question. Let her pass into this hall, where the fire yet burns and the seat of her forebears has not been forsaken. Time has not erased her name from my heart, nor has longing faded, yet the shadow of absence has lain heavy. Now let her come, and stand before my throne, and may this hour bring not burden, but purpose.
I stand before you, Therion Valimar, King of Elendor, not only as your daughter by blood, but as a servant of this realm. The years have been many, the roads harsh, and words have remained unspoken, yet here I am, returned, not with empty hands, but bearing a burden beyond the measure of this world. What I bring is the relic known as the breath of the sky, an ancient power, lost yet not extinguished. I seek neither pardon nor praise, only that your gaze fall upon me, and that judgment be spoken, and if it be your will, receive me, and hear what I must say.
Welcome, my beloved daughter, and to you, noble companions, who have braved many perils to reach these halls. Your presence brings both joy and concern to my heart. Of late, my messengers have borne troubling tidings. The Gorthai, those creatures of shadow, have been seen near our borders, riding dreadful beasts, led by a rider whose gaze burns with fire. Now I understand. Their aim was not merely the lands of Elandor, but this ancient relic, the breath of the sky, which you now bear. Rise, Lirianne, and you, valiant ones beside her. Time is short, and the choices we now make shall decide the fate of Elendor. Let us prepare for the trials that lie ahead.
Great King Malgareth Blackthorn, we, the Dread Riders, bring tidings, as you commanded. The Durmari hold the Heart of Fire, a relic well known to you, and for which blood has been spilled by your will. Of the Elfirii, it has long been whispered they conceal the Eye of the Sea, and still they dare not reveal it. And the rumor of Lirianne, daughter of Therion Valimar, King of Elendor, it is true. She has found the breath of the sky, and the relic now rests within her father's citadel. 3 relics now stand revealed. The balance falters, and the hour is near.
How could something like this happen? I wear the crown of the greatest realm, command the largest army, and the earth trembles at my command. And yet, 3 relics have come to light, and none has been given to me. What curse of fate turns the wheel against me? What hidden hand steals the prize from before my eyes? Enough. Let General Verigor Steelshade be summoned before me. He shall receive the command that cannot be denied. My lord, your command shall be heard, and fulfilled without delay. Speak the word, and my sword shall be as your will, just or terrible as the times demand. Where shall we seek, and who must fall? General Varagor, hear my will. Seek without delay a dozen unwavering men, seasoned warriors, tested in flame and steel, but also followers of old tracks, skilled in uncovering the secret of lost relics. Send them eastward, where legends speak of the Stone of Earth. Let them search soil, rock, and ruin, wherever it may be hidden. Let them return only with the relic in hand. If not, let them never return. You, Varagor, prepare the army in silence. If months pass, and the relic is not brought to us, we shall march upon Zarak. We shall take what is theirs, and make it mine. Your will shall be fulfilled, your majesty. The chosen men shall depart without delay, and they shall not return empty-handed. The army will be prepared in silence and without hesitation. When the time comes, Zarak shall be ready to fall. Far from all the intrigues and troubles of the world, hidden in the heart of an untouched forest, lies the glade of Silmathar, a silent realm, known only to those who walk the paths of secrets, the wizards. Here, each year, the most esteemed among them gather beneath the unclouded sky to ponder the most important matters that burden the world. But in this hour, they have assembled long before their time, for the signs can no longer be denied. The Heart of Fire was found beneath Mount Zarak. The Eye of the Sea has revealed itself in the depths of the Elfirii, and now the breath of the sky has awakened in the hands of the daughter of the King of Elendor.
I am Malier of the Moon Realm, and though my years are few compared to those gathered here, I ask leave to speak a thought. Much has come to pass in too short a time. Relics awakened, ancient powers stirring in shadow, and the steps of those who wear crowns hastening toward war. I do not see clearly what approaches, but I feel there is no more time for silence. Have those who have stood watch through the ages prepared any purpose? What must we do before this storm engulfs us all?
I am Tharandir, of the Citadel of Stars, and long have I kept vigil over the hidden lore of this land through years of peace and times of turmoil. Yes, Melior, the world has come to know of the three relics, the Heart of Fire, the Eye of the Sea, and the Breath of the Sky. Yet the question that burns is not who holds them, but whether we, who know, shall now speak the truth. Is it time to reveal what the four relics can do, and the purpose for which they were made? Or must their secret remain veiled still? For once a word is spoken, it cannot be unsaid, and its weight shall lie heavy upon all. And I am Elvoran, son of the old hills, keeper of fading truths, long buried beneath stone and time. Hear me now, Tharandir, for the hour of silence has ended. Yes, even those unworthy must learn the truth, for it can no longer be withheld. Let all know this: when the four relics, the Heart of Fire, the Eye of the Sea, the Breath of the Sky, and the Stone of Earth, are brought together, they shall unbind a great ruin, a flood of power so vast that these lands shall not endure it. No wall shall stand, no tower remain untouched. We cannot delay, for the choice is no longer ours. The truth must be spoken before it is too late. Messengers shall be sent forth to all realms beneath the sky, to high halls of kings, and to the lowly dwellings in the forgotten corners of this land. Let every people, be they great or humble, hear the truth of the four relics, and the doom that shall follow in their wake. No longer shall the knowledge be veiled, for the age of silence is ended, and what is to come must be met with hearts unshaken and eyes unclouded. Great King, I bring news that cannot be stopped. Envoys of the wizards have come to our gates, sent by the Privy Council. They have spoken of the relics and their hidden purpose, and they have told us that if all four are gathered, there will be no strength, but destruction. Meanwhile, our spies have returned from the east with dark news. Malgareth Blackthorn is gathering his army in secret. He is preparing for war, and he has sent men to seek the fourth relic. We stand at a crossroads, Your Majesty. The fate of these lands hangs on what will soon be done. And so, the wizards, craftsmen of words they are, who speak the truth only when it serves their hidden purposes, and what they do not wish to reveal remains sealed in deep silence, hidden from mortal eyes. Thus have they been since ancient times, and thus they remain still. As for men, they gather their armies, as they have done since the beginning. It is no wonder, for their hearts have ever been drawn to the desire for what belongs to others. Let them not dare to turn their blades toward our borders. But even if they should dare, our envoys have already reached the allied peoples. We have no cause for fear. As for the relics, I am not frightened by old tales or the songs of legends. One lies already in our hands. Let us uncover its secrets first, and then we shall see what is to come.
Great VORAK THAEL'ZAR, all unfolds just as you foresaw from the beginning. The humans have but one step left, and they will send their army against Drakvir's Stone Fury. The third relic has been found, and now all the realms are racing to pursue the fourth. Soon, these lands will be engulfed in chaos and war, and, with a little mercy from fate, it will not be long before you are freed from this prison.
Fortune. Mercy. What purpose do they serve? Their fate was written from the very beginning. All seek power, all crave wealth, and in their greed, they named me the embodiment of evil and bound me here. Yet in my absence, they do exactly what they once condemned me for. Soon, all too soon, they will realize they have done nothing but unknowingly serve my purpose. Through their actions, they pave the way for my return.
O great King Nivarian Selnareth, the rumors are true. The world is stirring. 3 of the ancient relics have been found, and for the 4th, all now contend. Malgareth Blackthorn, King of Men, readies for war. His eyes are set upon Drakvir's Stone Fury, and his armies gather swiftly. But the one long unspoken of, VORAK THAEL'ZAR, the shackled in flame, has awakened. His Gorthai sow chaos, reaching even our woods, where none dared tread before. What is your will, my liege? What must be done, when darkness rises and the earth itself calls out for defense?
O beloved Lord Verendel Therenis, these tidings are not new to mine ears, for all that must come has already been foreseen. And though my heart is burdened with grief, I fear that in this age we must no longer entwine our fate with the dealings of men. In a time not far gone, when we rose alone to bind VORAK THAEL'ZAR, the shackled in flame, no banners came to stand beside ours. No voices answered our cry in the dark. We stood alone, and alone we bore the cost. Therefore, let us now think on our people, who have long dwelt in peace, and upon the mothers whose tears have not yet dried, weeping for sons lost to a war not their own. Enough has been given. Let sacrifice cease. If the world must burn, then let it burn without us. Great King Malgareth Blackthorn, I fear I bear grievous tidings. The 14 Dread Riders, dispatched in pursuit of the 4th relic of Earth, reached the sanctuary of Tekturak, where they discovered an ancient portal, its power unknown to us. They crossed its threshold, and from that moment, their fate has been veiled in silence. No word has come. None know what befell them beyond. I bring to your knowledge, my liege, that the host stands ready, as you have commanded. The ranks are assembled, swords are raised, and hearts are resolute. We await only your signal to march upon Zarak, the stronghold of King Drakvir Stonefury. They have vanished, you say. Well then, no man ever claimed that the path to power would be free of trials. But on this day, nothing can darken my will. Look upon this host, Veragor. Under my command, stand over 250,000 knights. Zarak, the stronghold of Drakvir Stonefury, will scarce withstand a single day beneath our might. And then, the first of the 4 amulets shall be mine. And if all I have planned comes to pass, and it shall, it will not be long before all 4 relics lie in my grasp. I place no worth on the legends of wizards. Let come what may. With the power of the 4 relics, I shall be lord of this world, and I have no cause for fear. Your Majesty, your wisdom has ever guided the greatest of decisions, and for this, you reign over the mightiest and most feared realm of men. Now that the host is on the march, the rumor of our departure, the thunder of hooves, and the tread of countless feet echo already towards Zarak. Without doubt, Drakvir Stonefury feels the chill of fear in his heart, hidden behind the walls of his stone-bound fortress.
Great King Therion Valamar, I bring tidings of great import, gathered through the toil of our spies. The King of Men, Malgareth Blackthorn, marches with an army of 250,000 knights, moving upon Zarak. It is said that the Elfirii will not take part in this war, for in the dark hour of the last great conflict, none stood with them. Thus, the Durmari are left alone, helpless before the doom that now descends upon them, for they possess one of the relics. If none rise in their defense, they shall be utterly destroyed. What does your Majesty command? What path shall we follow?
King Malgareth Blackthorn raises his sword against the Durmari, but he seeks not only to conquer Zarak, but to seize the relic they have. The Elfirii have chosen not to intervene in this battle. They do not forget that, in their darkest hour, no one stood beside them. The Durmari stand alone under the threat of war. But if they fall, Malgareth will not stop. This decision cannot be made in haste. I summon the Great Council to convene before sunset. Let my daughter, Lyrian, be present, along with those who accompany her, for they too bear a relic, and their fate is bound to what is to come. Then, and only then, shall I declare my will.
Father, tell me, has the hour of war truly come? And have the Elfirii, the Sons of Light, truly chosen not to intervene? It is hard for me to believe this. If they will not raise a hand against madness, who will be left to stop it? Do we have the permission and the strength to reveal ourselves in this battle?
My beloved daughter, I speak the truth. King Malgareth Blackthorn has risen with a mighty host, and has marched against King Drakvir Stonefury to the fortress of Zarak. Yet it is not the fortress he seeks, but the relic. And since you 3 hold one, I have summoned you, that I may hear your counsel.
Great King and beloved Princess, though the stakes are great before us, it behooves us to think first of our subjects and the good kingdom entrusted to us. If the Elfirii have chosen not to intervene, we too should follow the same path. For if we make King Malgareth Blackthorn our enemy, we will surely suffer.
Shall we not anger that king? What madness is this? Do you truly believe in your minds that after he shatters the gates of the Durmari and seizes the relic, he will sheath his sword? Not long ago, I lived in the ancestral home, and my father, a just lord, was crushed under his will, slain because the ruler of the throne coveted our land. Do not be deceived. He knows without a doubt that the 3rd relic now dwells here, and he will not hesitate to bring fire and steel upon this kingdom. Providence calls us to rise. Let us send our army to aid the Durmari for otherwise we shall be the next under siege.
Your words are just and measured, Kael Dawn, and my heart recognizes them as such. Yet I cannot deny that our counselor's voice also carries a certain wisdom. For whether we raise the sword in aid or remain silent, the heaviest burden will fall upon the people, the innocent. Behold, I am compelled to speak a harsh judgment, and there is no more time for delay. But for this hour, let us bring our counsel to an end. Counselor, send swift word to our faithful allies, and convey to them my desire, that they come to the palace, for I wish to counsel with them.
Father, do you believe this is a time for reflection or for action? Shall we truly have the heart to leave the Durmari alone, to perish and be erased from history and from the face of the earth? No, for this is not the path of honor. I believe the hour of action has come, and I, together with my friends, wish to go and stand beside the king of the Durmari, for their cause is just and cannot be abandoned without losing ourselves in the process.
My beloved daughter, it is clear that young blood burns strongly within you, and the will of your heart cannot be restrained. Yet the decision required is a heavy one, and cannot be spoken in haste. Therefore, I shall weigh it with wisdom, as befits a king, before giving an answer that will bind our fate to the times that lie ahead.
Behold, there are no more doubts. The earth trembles beneath their steps, and the sun hides from the sight that unfolds. The men come with a great host, not in friendship, but with thoughts of destruction. The times have darkened, and the shadow of war spreads over Zarak.
Your Majesty, I have traversed the heights and looked beyond the borders, and what I have seen leaves no room for doubt. The army of men marches toward us, so vast that the very earth groans under the weight of their steps. Their banners rise like omens of doom, and their weapons gleam beneath the sun with the intent of war, not peace. By all signs, with great fortune, we have 7 days before they reach the gates of Zarak. I ask you to decide, Your Majesty, for time will not yield to our will.
So, the men have turned their steps toward our gates, with a great host and thoughts of conquest. Let them come. They will find no fear in the hearts of the Durmari, nor weakness in the walls of Zarak. Stone does not yield beneath the feet of those who bring ruin, and the fire of the forges shall not die as long as our blood warms the earth. Let every brother of the mountain prepare, for no one shall take from us what is rightfully ours. General, send 10 of the most skilled sons of the mountain to the peaks of Dornkalar. When the enemies enter, as they undoubtedly will, through the Seldrin Valley, let them be welcomed as they should be, by bringing down upon them the great rocks, prepared of old. Perhaps thus they will understand, in the last hour, that a single Durmari is worth 1,000 men. And General, why do you think there has been no answer from our kindred so far? The messengers were sent months ago. Do they, in their madness, think that a rock rolled from the mountaintop can stop the coming storm? The fall of 100 knights seems to them, perhaps, a victory worthy of singing by the night's fires. But I do not see that this is only the beginning, for the war has just begun, like a river bursting from its womb, and the power that raised me will not be broken by stone, nor by iron, nor by death. My will is steel and fire, and their will break, as a shepherd's staff breaks in the path of a storm. They will soon understand that you cannot stop the storm's outpouring with your bare hands, nor can you stand against the night that descends. Your Majesty, the mission has been accomplished, and the enemy has felt the bite of the mountain. Over 100 knights have been crushed beneath the falling rocks, and their king, Malgareth Blackthorn,
has been brought to wrath, as was desired. Through the hidden wolf gate, the Storm Watch have already set out on reconnaissance, riding great grey wolves to gather news of the invaders' paths. From what we have learned so far, in less than 2 days, the enemy army will be at the walls of Zarak. They number more than 200,000, and they march with the intention of wiping the city of Zarak from the face of the earth. 200,000, you say? Let them come. Fill the plains and valleys with their countless hosts. Beat their drums, raise their banners, believe that numbers will bring them victory. What do they know of stone? What do they know of the unquenchable fire in the heart of the mountain? We are not men to tremble before the wave. We are Durmari, sons of the rock, born in the depths and tempered in the flames of the forges. Zarak was not built to fall, but to stand firm until the end of time. Let them come, for here they will learn that they cannot conquer what they do not understand, and they cannot defeat what does not bow. They will look upon our walls and understand that stone fears not.
Mighty King Navarian Selnareth, I bring news that brooks no delay. The army of Malgareth Blackthorn is now at the gates of Zarak, and the plains at the foot of the mountain are filled with the roar of 250,000 knights. The Durmari stand alone before this deluge, and no matter how great their will, few believe they can endure. It is said that no one has come to their aid, and no friendly banner has appeared on the horizon. Shall we then remain silent in the face of their demise? Will we truly allow these sons of the stone to be crushed without lifting a finger? Is this the path we choose? I fully understand what you say, my dear friend, Lord Calanhir Thalion. I understand the burning desire to intervene, for it is written in our blood to come to the aid of the oppressed. So it has been from the beginning, and so we have lived our age under the covenant of honor. But now I have decided, this time we will not help them, for otherwise they will never learn. However, we will send 2 detachments of archers from among the finest. They will remain at a distance and keep watch. If the war is won by men, they will intervene, not to change the outcome, but to aid the Durmari who will try to escape, so that their kind may not be extinguished.
Just as VORAK THAEL'ZAR, he who is chained in fire, foretold. The humans have begun the war, not out of justice, but because their greed knows no bounds. They always want more. The Elfirii will not come. The other human kingdoms avoid involvement. Even those of blood with the Durmari stand aside, and thus begins the chaos. The curse of VORAK THAEL'ZAR will be unleashed. Soon he shall rise, and then we shall rule the world once more.
Mighty King Tharion Valamar, I bring news that brooks no delay. The hosts of King Malgareth Blackthorn have reached the walls of the fortress Zarak, and they are countless, endless legions, more than the leaves of the forest or the blades of grass upon the fields, over 200,000 armed knights. The Elfirii, in faith and ancient alliance, have sent 2 detachments of chosen archers, the most skilled among their kind, to aid the King of the Roads. But I fear it will not be enough. What is your command, O mighty King?
Father, behold that even the Elfirii, bound by ancient oaths, have sent aid in this hour of trial, and though this war did not arise within our borders, I still believe it is our duty to send forth our army in defense of the Durmari. For Malgareth Blackthorn has long taken advantage of our silence, and, unopposed, has brought kingdoms beneath the shadow of his banner. I am certain, and not out of fear but of knowledge, that if we do not take up arms now, we shall find ourselves under the same threats. And then, the war will be ours, but hope far away.
My beloved daughter, And you, esteemed guests, come from afar beneath this heavy sky, I must speak to you with a heavy heart. The news brought with great effort grows ever darker. In these days, I have held counsel with the generals of our hosts, and with trusted allies, but despite all their deliberation, no clear decision has been found. As for the Elfirii, I do not believe they have sent their army to defend the Durmari. 2 detachments of archers, no matter how skilled, cannot stand against 250,000 knights. Therefore, we must weigh our choices with care. The hour of hasty decisions has passed, and this is my will. Let us reflect deeply, not rush, and choose with wisdom the moment and the path that shall follow. And behold, they have arrived, from the valley of shadows and the mists of morning. Close the stone gates. Let every son of the mountain take his rightful place beneath the granite vaults. Light the ancient torches, reinforce the iron bars, and leave no stone unwatched, for the enemy lurks. If they desire war, war they shall have, and nothing else. Let us show them the power of the depths, the strength of those born of stone who know no fear. Zarak shall not fall, as long as the heart of the mountain still beats, and the hammers ring in the darkness. For countless ages, these rats have shut themselves behind stone walls, hoarding riches and believing in blind arrogance that no power would ever disturb their refuge. But behold, on this day, the mountain shall quake beneath the might of our arms. Today, we will show them that stone can break, and that kings, no matter how ancient, can be overthrown. Without mercy, without pity, all shall be taken. Nothing shall remain. Smash their gates, set their halls ablaze, and from all their grandeur, let only ash remain, while our name is carved deep into the rock, a memory for those who are yet to come. The time of the Durmari ends this day. The time of men begins. Ready the ballistae. Archers, to your positions. Loose. Is that your wrath, Blackthorn? A rain of sticks. Pathetic. You come with fire and steel thinking you can break the mountain. But the mountain does not yield, it does not burn, it does not bow. For every arrow you loose, my walls will claim 100 of your men. For every man that steps forward, the stone will drink his blood. You believe this is your triumph? Number, this is your tomb. Now, sons of the stone, warriors of the unbroken halls, let their shields splinter. Let their screams echo through the mountain. Send them to hell.
"5 days have passed since Malgareth Blackthorn set his army at the gates of Durzarak. Hundreds of thousands of arrows have been loosed, and endless waves of knights have crashed against the walls, yet they have not breached them. The Durmari stand firm, well-led, unyielding, born of stone, shaped by the mountain. But now, King Blackthorn commands that massive boulders be hurled by the ballistae, and the walls tremble under their blows. It will not be long before the fortress falls, broken under the weight of the siege."
Mighty king, the walls still hold. For 5 days and 5 nights, fire and iron have not pierced the stone of Durzarak. King Blackthorn's men have loosed thousands of arrows upon us, and sent wave after wave of knights, yet none have breached the walls. The Durmari stand firm upon the ramparts, well-led, unyielding, just as they were shaped, from stone. However, your majesty, their ballistae have shattered portions of the western wall, and the stone cracks beneath the blows. If their fire does not cease, the fortress will be broken. I await your commands for the hours to come.
Your Majesty, the western walls are nearly broken. Under the relentless strikes of the ballistae, the stone is giving way. It will not be long before we break through their defenses and enter the heart of the fortress. Zarak will fall.
They refused to yield what is rightfully mine. They hid from me the heart of fire. And for this they shall perish. I did not come for war. I came for power. I will take their relic. I will take their lives. I will take their future. Zarak will burn, and from the ashes my reign shall rise. With the relic in my hands, and the world beneath my feet. Go, spare nothing. Finish what I have begun. How have we come to this abyss of despair? Our city, once proud and imposing, now lies in ruins, and my people suffer under the relentless siege of the enemy. Where are our allies? Where is the promised aid? My pride and ambition have brought us to the brink of ruin. Generals, look around you. What remains to us? How can we save what is left of our kingdom and those who still place their hope in us? Is there any escape from this shadow of death that surrounds us?
Forward, riders of Elendor, let the ground quake beneath our fury. Swords will be raised, shields will be shattered. Today is the day of steel, the day of fire, the day when blood shall run across the fields. Raise the banners, let our war cry rend the skies. Our wrath shall fall upon the enemy like a storm.
General, what is happening out there? Why do our men cry out as if victory were ours? Is it truth, or merely a dream born of desperation? Mighty king, by the banners rising on the battlefield, there is no doubt. It is Princess Lyrian, daughter of King Therion Valimar of Elendor. Fearless and noble, she leads a vast army of mounted knights, numbering in the hundreds of thousands. At this very moment, they charge against the forces of Malgareth Blackthorn, turning the tide of battle in our favor.
Forward, for Elendor, for Zarak!
I have withstood fire, swallowed blood and stone, and we stood alone, in the silence of kin who never came. And yet, in our darkest hour, when death stood at the gate, she came. A woman, a princess of men, of the very blood that betrayed us. The world is changing. Nothing shall be as it was. I do not know what fate awaits us, but I will not close my eyes in darkness. Today, the Durmari fight not for what was, but for what is yet to come. Open the gates, let it be carved into stone. Zarak stood, and shall stand. The war is not over. What comes next will shake the world.